back to the channel. I hope you're all doing good. I hope you all had a good Christmas out there, and I hope that you all managed to get all the gifts that you wanted, like everything. And I hope that you got to spend it with all your friends, your loved ones, your family, all that stuff. And just all in all, I hope you all had a good Christmas. I know I had a good Christmas. As a matter of fact, it went by actually way too fast for me. It was like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, bada bing, bada boom, and it was gone. You know what I mean? And then I was like, back to work. And it's like, oh, do I have to go back to work so soon? But, yeah, you know, it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, I hope you all had a good Christmas and all that stuff. And, but however, though, this video is not about Christmas at all. Pretty much this is going to be my end of the year final video of, 2025. So let's get this, party started. The Vochek experience starts right now. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video of the Vochek experience, where idiots are still always us, always me. You know I'm always going to be an idiot for you guys, because that's what I do, and that's what this channel is. Nothing but being an idiot on the internet. However, like I was saying in the intro, this is it. This is New Year's Eve, actually. I'm filming this New Year's Eve. It's going to be the new year here in I don't know how many hours. My brain's not exactly functioning on all cylinders right now because I just did a 12-hour overnight shift on my night off, I might add. So, I'm a little tired right now, but I figured I'd do this video real quick before I went to bed. That way, when I get up, hopefully I'll have enough time to get it all edited and everything and out before the ball drops at midnight tonight. At least that's the plan. So let's hope that it works out the way I wanted it to. But yes, 2026 is upon us. And if you've been watching my channel for a long time, you know that every year at the end of the year I do kind of like a little recap video on some of the highlights of some things that happened this past year. And I will say 2025 had some pretty big things happen. As I recall, we started 2025 off with me getting COVID for the first time ever since COVID's been around. I managed to avoid it for so many years, and then it finally caught up with me right on New Year's. Well, not on New Year's Day, but like a day or two after New Year's, if I remember correctly. So, yeah. That's how I started off 2025, and let's hope that we don't start 2026 off with another round of COVID, because even though I didn't have it to an extreme, it still sucked having it. Don't get me wrong, it still sucked. So let's hope we don't have that. But so yeah, 2025 came in with COVID for me. I don't know how I got lucky all those years not getting it, but my luck ran out last year, and so far so good this year. I haven't gotten sick like that. I mean, I kind of come close with the ear infection and stuff, but we'll get that as things go on. Aside from getting COVID for the first time, I remember trying to keep all you guys in some serious suspense about the big move that was taking place. And I can't believe that in a couple of months it's going to be a year since I moved. But I remember, like, I knew what was going on. I knew what was happening, and I kept keeping you guys in suspense about it. But finally got out of that trailer park, finally get into my own home here and stuff. And even though it took a few months to get settled in here, I've, kind of made it, a nice home here. It still needs some things, like I still want to do some things to make it better. But that will come in time. So that was like one of the biggest things, this past year is, moving out of the trailer and, starting this new chapter in my life and stuff, like, just kind of putting, that chapter, with living in the trailer and, and all that stuff behind me and moving forward to see what's to come. I will say moving out of the trailer, well, it was a good move for me and stuff. It was still kind of like bittersweet because, I shared a lot of memories in that trailer with Sarah when she was alive and stuff. And it just kind of seemed like, a little weird and, to be like kind of letting go of that time of my life. Not letting go of Sarah. That's never going to happen. She's always going to be, a part of my life, even in death. But just kind of moving on and seeing what the future holds. It was a little scary. It was a little weird and, but, you got to move on, got to move forward, and, when things happen like that unexpectedly, if I can talk. But with going into this, new chapter of my life, that also brought a new personal chapter to my life by meeting Shell, and I met her, back in March of 2025 here is when, we started talking in February, and then we met for the first time in March, but we didn't make anything really official until June, just because we wanted to make sure that that the relationship was good, the relationship was solid, and that this is what we wanted to do and stuff. And I will say I couldn't have asked to find somebody more understanding and just fun to be around, and easy to talk to and stuff than Shell. Words can't really describe my thoughts and my feelings about Shell and having her in my life now. It changed so many things and perspectives in my life, and and knowing that I kind of have a second chance at having a nice loving relationship and somebody who understands me and stuff. And I will say too that one of the strengths of our relationship is communication. And when we get together and we get on a topic, whether it's just some random topic or if we're talking about something, in our relationship or something, we don't shy away from that. When we get to talking, time just goes out the window, and before you know it, hours go by, and it feels like it was just a couple of minutes, so we really have good communication there and stuff, and that's really been something that a little bit different for me. That somebody who like loves communication, and it's just so easy to talk to her and stuff. So yeah, that was a big surprise for this year. Was meeting Shell, and I wouldn't trade that for anything in the world. So that's one thing there that I will say, that 2025 has been a good year with that, and for letting me meet Shell, and for this relationship to blossom, and I'm hoping, and as we move into 2026, that our relationship will continue to grow, and and just keep taking things slow, and and just going with it, pretty much, and let's see, what else? Went to Disney in the end of June. That was fun. Got to go to Disney again. Got to go to Disney with my niece Lucy. And I know a few years before, I went to Disney with my niece Lucy when she was younger, but she was just really young, and I'm pretty sure she probably doesn't remember any of that, but it was good to kind of go again, and to go to Disney with my niece, and make some good memories there, and I really get a chance to hang out with her, and we just had a blast at Disney. Not just me hanging out with my niece, but hanging out with my brother, and my family on my dad's side of the family and stuff. That was fun. I'm just not sure if I want to do the whole like 24 hours in the car thing again. I tell you what, driving down and driving back, that was brutal. Sitting in the car that long, and all that stuff, but we still had a good time, so yeah, let's see what else that 2025 brought. Oh yes, that's another thing that 2025 brought. Me getting a new job. How could I almost forget about that? As 2025 rolled in, I was working for this other company, and then towards like the middle, it was just getting to the point where I was just getting burned out and everything with it and stuff, because they just had me working so much. I barely got a day off, and if I did get a day off, they were still calling me in to come to work. I was lucky if I saw Shell like once a month for 7 months straight. It just wasn't, it wasn't a good thing. I mean, the money and the overtime and all that stuff, that was good, but it was taking a toll on me, mentally, physically, all that stuff. I wasn't even really allowed to go to my doctor's appointments and stuff because they wanted me to work, like literally they're like, oh, well, can't you move that appointment, or can't you, cancel that appointment so that you can work, yeah. It just wasn't good. So, and I just heard a weird noise. I don't know if the camera picked that up, but I don't know, it was kind of a weird noise. Sounded like from outside. Maybe it's a plow truck or something. I don't know. But anyways, so I decided to jump ship and get this new job. And it has its ups and downs. I've had some issues with some staff, and recently I had an issue with one of the managers. But all in all, it's been a pretty decent job. Like, they're not working me to death, like the old job did. So that was good there. I worked last night, and it was supposed to be my day off, but that was pretty much the first time I have worked on my day off. So I just hope, like, I don't mind picking up shifts once in a while on my days off and stuff. I just don't want to do it like I was with the other company, because that was just way too much. But with me, with this new job, I'm finally getting days off, finally getting every other weekend off, and it gives me more time to spend with Shell, and it's given me more time, for both of us to, really, be able to be together and to, grow more, in our relationship than what it was before I switched jobs, because that was just hard. And like I said, we barely got to see each other. So yeah, who could forget about getting a new job? And, with all the good stuff that's been going on this past year and all that stuff, there has been a few kind of bad things that happened. Like I said it earlier in the video, that I started off this year with COVID. That wasn't exactly fun. But a few months ago, I ended up getting this very severe ear infection, and it ended up causing partial facial paralysis, which they call Bell's palsy. And I had that for about a month and a half. The side of my face was just like, it was all paralyzed. I couldn't move certain parts, on my face. Like I couldn't smile properly. This eye right here, every time I'd blink, it wouldn't blink. This one would, but this one would stay open. And it just sucked all around, really. So there was that was a not so good thing there. And with that also caused some severe allergies and stuff, and it just wasn't good at all, to be honest. And also this year, also had some milestones. Celebrated 7 years of being on the internet and being an idiot. That's right. Earlier this year, the Vochek experience here celebrated 7 years of being a channel here on YouTube. And I mean, I love doing this kind of thing. I know I don't get a chance to really make videos as often as I'd like to, just because of work and different things, but I'm working on it. I really am. I'm working on trying to get more videos and more content for you. As a matter of fact, that's one of my New Year's resolutions this year coming, is to work on the channel a little bit more, and try to get some more content out. And I'm thinking that maybe not do so many of these longer videos, maybe try to do 1 or 2 a week of the longer videos, but try to do every day, upload some shorts, like the short videos and stuff like that. I think that, would be kind of fun, because making the shorts is a lot easier than making these longer videos. And I'm not saying that I'm going to give up on the longer videos altogether or anything like that. I'm just saying that, maybe just not always shoot for a long video every time I do make a video, if that makes sense. Just try to, just keep posting, a couple of times a day with some short videos. I think that might help, get the word out and spread the good news of the Idiots Are Us, as what we call ourselves here, the Idiot Squad people. So that's a New Year's resolution, and that's a goal of mine for this coming year. But yeah, we did celebrate that milestone of 7 years of being an idiot on the internet. So here's to another 7 years, and hopefully beyond. And another thing that happened this year was just more recent, and that was celebrating Thanksgiving and Christmas with Shell, like for the first time, us together as a couple, celebrating Thanksgiving and Christmas together for the first time. That was fun. And Shell got a big kick, especially at Christmas, where she actually had a couple of my gifts hidden at her house in plain sight. And apparently I'm an idiot. Well, we all know I'm an idiot, but you know what I mean, like a real big idiot, and I didn't see it, and stuff. I mean, she got a big kick out of that, and and she laughed and laughed and laughed, and that's all she talked about for days until Christmas Eve when we opened up gifts, and I just kept racking my brain trying to figure out, what she was talking about and stuff. And I just could not figure it out for the life of me. So yeah, those are some pretty good milestones right there. Unfortunately, though, we will not be spending New Year's Eve and New Year's together, because I do have to work later on tonight again, and I work tomorrow night as well. So that kind of sucks. But never know. Maybe next year I'll be able to spend New Year's with her. But even though I won't be able to see her in the next couple of days for New Year's and stuff, I will see her this weekend coming. Because this weekend coming is my weekend off, and yeah, we're gonna, usually when I have my weekends off is usually when I spend the entire weekend with her and stuff, and it's also the time where I can go to church with her as well. And that's another thing too, I'll say about 2025 is the year that I went back to church. I haven't gone to church in a few years. I still haven't mentioned why I stopped going. I'm not sure if I'm going to mention why I stopped going. I'm still kind of racking my brain whether, if I should, divulge that information or not. But there is a few reasons why I did stop going for a while. But I will say, though, that I've been going to Shell's church for the last couple of months now. Well, more than a couple of months, probably more like 3 months, give or take, maybe 4. The only thing that sucks, though, is I can't go every week. I can only go every other week. And I've also been helping her out in the nursery at her church because, she's in charge of the nursery there. And so as a couple, we've been, serving and keeping an eye on the kiddies, during services and stuff. And that's a lot of fun, seeing the kids play and especially the excitement on some of their eyes whenever they come in and they see me in the room, like, they'll come up and they'll give me a hug and stuff. That I'm not really expecting that, but, it's all good, when a kid comes up and gives you a hug. It knows that you're doing something right. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's been a big thing too, is going back to church. And I will say that the church that Shell goes to is a very welcoming church, and everybody is nice, and and everything there. And I met some pretty good and amazing people there. So I'm going to continue to keep going, until whenever, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's a good thing there too. So yeah, 2025 had some ups and downs. A lot of good ups though. More ups than there was downs. but it was pretty eventful and stuff, and I'm looking forward to seeing what 2026 has to offer. I hope it's going to be a good year. I hope that again, I hope the good outweighs the bad, because there's going to be bad with everything that's good, any day of the week, and I just hope that we just have more good things happen next year than bad things. And I almost forgot too. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm going to address it. Normally, I don't wear jewelry. I'm not too big on, wearing jewelry and stuff. But the last few videos, I've been wearing this necklace. And what this is I got Shell a Christmas gift. It came with one for me and one for her. I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but the little gem here is blue, and hers is pink. It's basically it's the same thing, and each part of this little ring here has a different saying, but also a similar saying. I forget exactly what mine says, but basically it's like it's like I think it's like his forever or hers forever or something, and then vice versa for me. It's basically something for couples to wear and stuff, and we are pretty much still a long way off from from even thinking about marriage and stuff. So but basically this is basically like we wear these as an outward sign of our commitment to each other as a couple, that that we are the ones who we want to be with, and we don't want to be with anybody else, if that makes sense. So that's kind of what this is. So you're probably going to see me wearing this quite a bit going forward. So I just thought I'd let you know, because I know somebody might ask, be like, hey, he normally doesn't wear necklaces. What's going on with that? So I figured I'd explain it real quick. But anyway, yeah, like I said, 2026 is right around the corner. It's New Year's Eve. It's going on 10:30 in the morning, New Year's Eve here. And I do need to put my butt to bed here soon, because I do have to be back at work later on tonight at 11. So I'll be ringing in the new year tonight at work. So yay, I guess. I mean, I wish that, I wasn't ringing in the new year at work, but, it is what it is. You gotta work, gotta make money, gotta pay bills. So, unfortunately, kind of gotta go to work. If that makes sense. I mean, I had Thanksgiving off and I had Christmas off, so I'm okay with not having New Year's off. So, but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to 2026. And of course, in the next day or two, I will be filming, what my hopes and what I hope to accomplish in 2026. I'll be releasing that at some point in the next couple of days. And another thing too, I want you guys to know, sometime in the new year, hopefully within the first couple of weeks of 2026, both Shell and I want to do a Q&A video for you guys. As a matter of fact, it was Shell's idea to do this. So anybody out there that's watching this, if you have a question that you want to ask either me or Shell, or a question for both of us together to answer, please, leave those questions in the comments. And once I'm able to film that video and have her with me, we will film that video, and we will answer your questions. So yeah, submit all the questions you want. You can ask me multiple questions. You don't have to just settle for one question. You can, ask me as many questions as you like in the comments. So, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they are. And both Shell and I are looking forward to answering those questions too. So yeah, get those questions in the comments. But anyway, with all that being said, it's just about time for me to go crash and go to sleep, because I've been awake for about 24 hours now. So I'm surprised I'm actually still awake and able to do this video. So yeah. So I'm going to let you guys go, and hopefully you all have a good New Year's, and of course, if you enjoyed this video and all that good stuff, and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, hit that notification bell so you get notified of any time I post a video, whether it be a long form video like this one or a short video. And of course, if you want to support this dumb little channel of mine, and let's face it, this channel is kind of dumb. You can do so in two different ways. You can either hit that join button, become a member of the Idiot Squad, or you can scan the QR code. It's going to pop up out here on the screen somewhere, and you can donate via Cash App if you'd like. You don't have to. All that stuff is strictly voluntary, so that's all up to you. And of course, if you want to follow me in all the major socials and check out the merch store, if you haven't done that yet, you can do so by go into the description of this video, click on the link for my link tree, and that will pop up a whole list of links and different things, and that'll take you to where you want to go. Even if you just want to explore some stuff, go right on ahead. See what's all out there, I guess. So feel free to do that. And like I said, I hope you all have a safe and a happy New Year. And so let's all get ready to say goodbye to 2025 and ring in the new year with 2026. So, but with that, I hope you're all having a good day, good night, good week, whatever the case is when you're watching this, because, I never know exactly when you are watching this, to be honest. And I will see you all in the next video. And also, I will see you next year. I had to throw that in there. Because I said that to Shell too yesterday when I left her house, and so that I could come back for work and stuff. Since I won't be able to see her the next few days, I was like, well, I'll see you next year. I know it's dumb, but it's still funny. You can't go wrong with that joke, I don't think. And I'm hearing that weird noise again. Huh. I don't know. Might have to go check that out real quick, though, before I do go to bed. Find out exactly what that is. But anyway, like I said, have a happy New Year, everybody, and I will see you all in 2026. And until then, bye for now, guys.